Mr. Wealth Answer here. All right, so in today's video, guys, we are going to go over what happened at the Novatech Ontario Securities Commission hearing. So I was there, I did attend, and I took the liberty of taking down a lot of notes and I put it together. So in today's video, guys, I'm just going to run through them and I'm going to share with you what happened, and I'm also going to share with you my thoughts at the end. But before I begin, I just want to let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Everything on this channel in my videos is for education information purposes only. So before you embark on any of the opportunities or anything I do present, please do your own due diligence and make sure you are making an informed decision. All right, so before we actually get into the Novatech whole thing, I am going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm doing an experiment in the DeFi space on some of these projects, and I'm trying to figure out, can we make money in this space? And it's a project I'm doing for 1 year. So I'm going to cash out in one of the projects that we are doing. And then once I cash out, I'm going to come back and we are going to discuss this whole Novatech topic. Now, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I have a lot to say in this video, so stay tuned. All right, so let's go out and let's cash out right now. All right, so I'm here at CCBot Trade, one of the projects in my experiment database, and I'm just trying to figure out, hey, can we make money in long-term plays, short-term plays? A lot of these projects have rugged. We've lost money in some. This one seems to be recouping my money back slowly, and there's a couple of projects like this, so we're going to keep tabs on it. In this video right now, I'm just going to quickly cash out, and let's see how fast the funds come in to our wallet. All right, so we'll go to withdraw, and we will go to Tether, and let's put the amount, request. All right, so we're gonna put the 2FA now, confirm. All right, so that is it. So we have cashed out. Now let's go into our KuCoin wallet and let's see how fast the funds have come in. All right, guys, so I'm in my KuCoin wallet. Right now I have 164. I'm just gonna refresh the screen. Let's see if the funds have come. And 314 has come in. All right, so 314 has come in. Let me just make sure that transaction of 150 came through. Let's click here. And 150 has come out. Perfect. All right, guys, now let's get back into talking about Novatech. All right, guys, so welcome back. Let's get right into it. There's a lot to cover, and I just want to share it with you guys point by point. Now, I've taken some notes. I'm going to be looking at my laptop. Don't mind me. This is a little bit of an informal meeting. I just want to be able to share with you guys as much notes as I could take as possible. I took, right? And I did take the liberty to kind of put it down, and I'm going to do my best to break it down as best as I can. Okay, so first of all, in attendance was the adjudicator, Cecilia Williams, who was the panel chair, and Brian Weingarten, who is the representative of the Ontario Securities Commission, and that was pretty much the lawyer that is representing the OSC. Novatech did not show up, unfortunately. That's what everybody was looking to see. Will they show up? I'm not surprised, and I did call it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys called it as well. They didn't show up. So no Cynthia, no Eddie, no was it Carlos or the other person? Nobody showed up, right? And nobody from the legal team showed up. Nobody from the management team showed up. Nothing. The purpose of the meeting today was to schedule a date for the hearing and all the prerequisite dates that are to occur before the actual hearing, which we're going to be discussing in just a second. Now, Brian confirmed that he hasn't heard anything from the Novatech team. And this is very important because some of us are wondering, are they in communication to Novatech? Has Novatech responded at all? Anybody from their legal team has responded? And the answer to that is no. All right, so moving forward, later on in the meeting, Cecilia Williams, the panel chair, went over what the Capital Market Tribunal actually does. By the way, all this took place in less than 15 minutes, probably around 12 to 13 minutes. The whole meeting was actually done. So Thea went over what the Market Tribunal does and what she was saying, because she acknowledges there's great interest in this, I guess, case, and a lot of people from outside the country and outside the province are interested. So she just wanted to make clear exactly what they do and what they do not do. So I'm just going to read that as well so that you guys will be informed. So she said the main takeaway is that they cannot help you get back your funds or help investors out with obtaining their money back. Rather, they are an independent administrative tribunal in Ontario. They are not the court of law, and they don't have the authority to hear private legal claims, in other words, lawsuits. But rather, they hold hearings about alleged breaches of Ontario security laws, and cases are brought to them by a government agency called the Ontario Securities Commission, and the staff of the OSC are the ones that make these allegations of possible breaches of Ontario securities laws. So they're just pretty much they're not the courts, but they are the panel that kind of facilitates this process of ensuring that breaches that have been kind of met, or breaches done concerning the securities laws locally here in Ontario, where I am, that they are complied with. If not, that fines are given, and companies, if they need to be banned, they're banned, or if individuals, if they need to be banned, they're banned, those type of things. All right, so she also says the only authority they have is what is given to them under the laws and authority of the province of Ontario here in Canada, and they can only do certain things, such as, for example, banning people from the Ontario capital markets, but they don't have the authority to order the return of funds back to investors. Anyone looking to recover their funds must pursue those claims in another forum or in another way. That's all she said on the topic, or that's all she was willing to discuss on that specific topic. All right, she later then addresses that any inquiries should not be directed to the Registrar Tribunal, but should be directed to the OSC, and their contact information, which can be found on their website. Right after that, she got into what the allegations were. So she said the allegation is that Novatech and Cynthia sold securities in Ontario to Ontario investors without having registered here and without using the required sales document known as a prospectus. These allegations were made by the OSC on August 23rd, 2023. And then she later went on to say, statement of allegations start what they like to call a proceeding. The hearing today was part of the proceedings against Novatech and Cynthia, and I have here in asterisk, very important to note, there's no mandated timing for when a hearing of allegations must be held, but the tribunal tries to hold what they call a merits hearing within a year or when the proceedings start. And I want to take my time to explain this part to you. So what they're saying is, when they actually start proceedings and they start with these allegations, they give time. They give time for the respondents to respond. And that's what you're seeing here for Novatech. They're giving them a whole year, if possible, to respond to these allegations. So there's no excuse that they didn't have time to put things together or reach out to them. They're giving them time, and they're giving good faith. Hey, you guys done something wrong. Please step up, talk to us. Why is it that you did it this way? Why is it that this is the way that things have turned out? Are these allegations true? What exactly is going on? We need to hear your end or your story, right? So they're giving them time. And unfortunately, Novatech is not responding. So I guess whatever the decision will be, I'm assuming if they're not responding now, they most likely are not going to respond next year when they go to the court hearing. So whatever decisions are made are just going to be made, and probably going to be blocked from doing anything in the country here in Canada ever again, right? But again, it's not going to get anybody's money back. That's unfortunate. But we just want to see if there's any kind of ounce of justice left for us to feel a little bit better about ourselves. But the truth be told is that it's not going to get investors their money back, and that's not what the job of the OSC and the tribunal, that's not what their job is. So unfortunately, that is not going to help a lot of you guys that are watching, but at least we can follow along, and hopefully it could put some pressure on Novatech, but it doesn't look like it's working. Okay, let's continue. All right, so there are steps that need to be followed from the beginning of the proceedings to the actual hearing of the allegations, such as disclosure of documents, sharing of information about witnesses, scheduling the dates of the hearings, and so forth. And those steps often require the attendance like the one we had today. So these are actually the words of Ms. Williams, the panel chair, and she was just stating some of the steps. Basically what I just said is what proceeded out of her mouth. She then later says that the purpose of the attendance today is to schedule the dates of the hearings. Only the OSC was in attendance because the attempts by staff to serve Novatech and Cynthia have either been unsuccessful or has not solicited any response. And that's exactly what she said. Then she talked about how to participate in the hearings, which I will show you guys in another video when I actually sign up for the hearings. Again, it's going to probably be the same process we took to get into this hearing or this particular meeting. So it's going to be a similar process. Now, if a hearing is scheduled, you will have to check the website as they don't notify you. Just like when they changed the dates, until I went to the website, I wasn't really familiar. Like, they don't send you a notice or an email to let you know, hey, the dates will change. That's something you got to keep tabs on your own. And if you're not able to attend, again, you guys can get the transcript of the hearing for a fee. Now, the hearing has been proposed for April 25th, the 26th, and 29th of 2024, starting at 10 a.m. on each of those days. Now, Brian proposed that his opening statement and the first witness, Mr. Petterpiece, be in person, which the adjudicator or the panel chair agreed. He also has 4 other witnesses as well, and they weren't not disclosed in this meeting, so I'm not sure who they are. But Brian was really adamant in attending in person, and he was also suggesting to have the witness attend by hybrid or by video from the 26th, and they will be playing video evidence as well. And he was also stating part of the reason he wants to be present is because there is video evidence, and in playing the video evidence, sometimes it doesn't play well in the webinars, in GoToWebinars that they were using. So because of that, he wants to be in person, and he wants to be able to show it in person or have them see it in person. So that was agreed to. Now, he was saying that there may be other witnesses, and the other witnesses may not have to be in person. Like, there's probably people outside the country, or it could be people within Ontario, but may not be able to attend. So because of that, they will find a hybrid system or by video conference or some other kind of means, whatever technology is available to be used. All right, so another thing I want to share is that everything is tentative, guys, and it's by ear, meaning it's not set in stone. So depending on how, let's say, the first day will go, it will also determine how the rest of the days will go. So in other words, if a witness comes and it takes the whole day and they don't finish all the things they need to do on, let's say, the 26th, they may push it to the 26th or the next day. So everything they want to do is not done on the 25th, sorry. They might push it to the 26th. Who knows, they might even add more dates. The date, April 25th, might even be changed as a whole. So everything is very tentative. And then I also said this, but I'll say it again. Brian wants to be in person on the 25th to present Mr. Petterpiece's evidence. Then on the 26th, be in person to examine the other witnesses using whatever technology is available to do that. So video, audio, whatever is available. So the panel chair, Ms. Cecilia Williams, agreed that the start of the hearing will be in person and the rest of it will be in hybrid, subject to changes. Brian asked for closing submissions to be on June 7th at 1 p.m. and that was granted. And then here are the other dates to note. So filing of electronic documents, index, and etc. is to be filed by April 12th. The written submissions to be filed by April 31st. And the hearing checklist, which is linked to the final interlocutory, is to be filed by March 22nd, 2023. And the final interlocutory to be filed by March 28, 2024 by 10 a.m. by video conference. And for those that are not sure what interlocutory means, so interlocutory is a term or legal term which can refer to an order, sentence, decree, or judgment given in an intermediate stage between the commencement and conclusion of a cause of action used to provide temporary or provisional decision to an issue. So it's kind of like a temporary decision, but not a final decision that is made around that time. So that is pretty much what it means. If you guys want to read more into it, you can Google it. But those are the dates that were given. All right, wow, that was a lot of information. So those are the kind of notes that I have taken. There are some other things that were said, but you guys could always, if you haven't watched it, you could purchase the, I guess the minutes or the transcript, and then you guys can look at it yourself. Now, with that said, I just wanted to give my final thoughts on this, and it's fun tracking this. It's interesting tracking this. And again, Novatech has been in this space. They were the big giants. They did everything. They did, according to them, did everything right. But again, like I shared with you guys in other videos, in order for a company to be able to trade, especially when you're holding the money, if you're holding the money, you are responsible to ensure that you fall under the regulations for the jurisdictions you're taking money from. So if it's Canada, Ontario, you have to make sure you abide by the Ontario laws. If you are in Africa, they have, securities commissions there. No matter where it is, everybody has their own. So you have to ensure that the way you do business kind of complies with those laws. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have a license number, you got to be licensed, not necessarily, but your business has to be structured to make sure it's compliant and it follows the local regulatory boards, so that if they were to ever do an audit or call you in such cases like this, you would have everything prepped and done so that you're compliant. And that's very important to know. So the question remains, is Novatech going to show up for the hearing? Well, they haven't showed up for the preliminary hearings, but anything is possible. Maybe they may have change of heart. Maybe they may be located. Maybe they might be found. Who knows, right? We don't know. Maybe they might be found and they might be ordered to attend. We don't know. But assuming it continues the way it is and nobody can find them, I personally think they are not going to be in attendance come April. So we'll find out, we'll see, we'll track it, and of course we'll bring you the news over here on this channel. I'm pretty sure all over the space people will get you guys informed. But in my opinion, they're not coming back. And I've said that many times, and these things are just proving me right. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do come back, and I hope they make everyone whole again. I hope they do the right thing. But again, if they can't be found, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. All right, so that's it for now, guys. I do appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that's it for now. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.